Hi there. It's Kelly. We are on day 5. I cannot believe it. Day 5 of our temper management challenge. And today we are going to talk about giving yourself compassion. This is my favorite day. I have to do this all the time. And in total transparency, I have been awake since yesterday at 5 in the morning. So, yesterday during the day, I had to change the day 4 challenge time because my son was in this assembly and his graduation ceremony was last night. So, anyway, it was a big day for all of us. And I think you've heard me say that we live really close to his school. He has 99 boys in his class, and he wanted to have the after party at our house because these boys have a tradition of after they graduate, they go do a party, but that as their first experience as alumni of the school, they like to go back and watch the sunrise from the football field. The sunrise happened today at 6:25. So they needed a spot to be from 2:30 in the morning until 6:30 in the morning. So Will wanted to know if we could host it at our house. And part of me was like, "Ooh, yeah." And then part of me was like, "No." Um, but it was an easy give because I know these boys, they're good boys. I have great support in the parent community. Um, I know what it takes to set myself up for success in regard to how I was going to fence these there were 90 boys. So 90 boys came. We've been up all night. They went over and watched the football field. The moon was amazing. I mean, God was totally putting up an incredible display. So it was this partial moon. There were planets aligned. It was beautiful. Anyway, the sunrise, it's gorgeous here in Dallas. It was about 60 degrees. It was so fun. Um, but I was up getting all these boys home, and they had backpacks and they had snacks and coolers and all kinds of stuff. And I haven't made it to the shower to show up today for you guys. And I haven't done my hair and my makeup, and I haven't even brushed my teeth. And so right before I came on, I thought I'm not as prepared as I want to be. I'm not, appearance wise how I want to be. Um, and so my mindset, I could beat myself up for that. But then I thought, you know what? No, because all of the stuff that was going on with Will, I wanted to be there. And I kind of have this mindset that where my feet are at, I'm in it. Wherever my feet are, I'm going to be present. So I was doing all that stuff. I thought it was going to end at like 6:30 in the morning when the sun came up. I didn't know it would take forever to get these boys shuttled home. So anyway, wanted to do the best job there. Um, and then excited to see all of you today and talk about grace and compassion. And so I try to practice what I preach, but I want you to know it's hard and it's imperfect, and but there's grace there. And so I'm here, and you guys know I haven't brushed my teeth, and hopefully you're okay with that. Um, and what I really want you to know is that when you give yourself compassion, it has benefits that ripple throughout your family. And I have, been coaching parents for a really long time. And mothers that I've worked with for a month or two, their husbands will say, like, man, my wife is less stressed. All the kid stuff that you help her with has this de-stressing effect on her. And it should, because we're made for community, and you're not supposed to do this parenting journey alone. And I think it's so hard nowadays because you have more information than you've ever had, and you have more ways to look through social media and see other people doing it so perfectly, so beautifully. So just, they kind of float throughout their house and their children are beautiful. And we intellectually get that we're only seeing their highlight reel, but it still leaves us with a feeling of less than. And so I don't want you to feel that way, because you are not less than. And your kids are, they have so much benefit when you give yourself grace and compassion and tell yourself, you know what? I tried. I'm failing forward. I'm learning. I'm growing. And we know that because your kids are always at a new stage, you are always learning and growing with them. And so you might have 2 weeks of where, you figured out how to not have a power struggle at bath time. So you got that figured out. It's all smooth at bath time. And then your child goes to sleep and wakes up, and they're in a new developmental stage. And it looks different, and they react differently. And the things that they ask of you are differently. And so it is a constant change. And so you have to give yourself grace, because if you don't, you will just be in tears and feel defeated and hopeless. And I don't want you to be that way at all, because I'm here for you. I have so many tools for you, and it should be fun and engaging. And the other thing with compassion for moms, and this is tricky for you guys to get, is that, to me, compassion to yourself means contribution from your kids and from your family in general. But your small children can contribute and support you in what you need. Yes, a 3-year-old can contribute to you. Yes, a 4-year-old can do so many things to help you and support you. So when you give yourself compassion and are not afraid to voice that compassion you're giving yourself. Today, I've already told my son, well, I'm tired, because he wanted to talk to me about the rest of the weekend. And I said, I'm not, like, my mind is blurry. It's foggy from being up all night and making sure these 90 boys were maintained in our yard and safe, and everything was good. And so I said, can we just talk about this tomorrow? And he said, well, I really need to get this figured out before tonight. And I said, okay. I said, well, can you give me till like 4:00? So when you give yourself compassion, and your children can contribute and negotiate and compromise. And that's really what we're here for. Like, we are here to live in community, and it's this give and take, this ebb and flow, and this support for each other that we are to be. So I really want to help you with that. The other thing I really want to help you with, and I know you parents can get this, and this came up last night. So with these 90 boys who were in my backyard, and they're playing spike ball, and they're playing ladders, and they're playing cornhole, and they're eating pizza, and they've got music blaring, and they're dancing. And one of them had a birthday, so his mom brought this big cake, and they were messing in the cake. They couldn't find the forks. And so I set some pretty firm boundaries, and I was like, we're not going to do that. And a couple of the parents who I had asked to chaperone were standing off watching. And towards the probably 30 minutes, 45 minutes later, one of the moms was getting ready to leave. And she said, Kelly, she said, I can't believe how firm you were to those boys, and they never do anything they're told. And they like listened to you and did exactly what you wanted in the snap of a finger. And she said, I want to know how to do that. And I said, okay, well, I could teach you. But she said, but you were nice about it. And I am. I can be so nice because I'm going to hold a really firm boundary. And I can help you parents figure out how to do that in a very calm, and because I'm female, it's going to be soft. I soften. When I want to get harsh, I do the opposite, because I know that my greater impact will happen in a softer, more loving way. And so with these boys, I was very firm, but very nice at the same time. And I also know that kids want a boundary that it makes them feel safe. And so these kids were being out of line with the cake, like disrespectful and wasteful, and not okay. Not okay that I'm opening my home to 90 boys and you're going to do that on my back patio. And I'm going to call you on it. And they wanted to be called on it. These are 18-year-old men who know how to act. And I think they felt like, wow, she knows how old we are. She knows how we should be acting, and she's going to demand it of us. That's okay. That's fair. So when I talk to parents about giving yourself compassion, it all goes together in that you're going to hold boundaries for yourself, for respecting yourself, that you are going to expect contribution from your kids, even the little ones, because they can contribute. And actually, God wired them to want to contribute to you, to your family, to your health, to your happiness. Your kids can tell when you are having a good day, when you're happy, when you're joyful. And that has ripple effects all throughout your home. And so I just want to encourage that when that voice comes in, like it just did with me, like, oh, Kelly, don't get on without, getting a shower and all the stuff. I was like, no, I'm just going to be me, because there's grace there. The Lord always gives grace. And the right community of Catholic moms will give grace too. That's what we're here to do. So, okay, let's talk about our last worksheet. So here is our day 5 temper worksheet. And it's all about offering yourself compassion. You do have everything you need to be the best parent. And you're not doing it alone. And we're going to fail, because I just failed yesterday. I changed the time. I wanted to talk to you guys about my new membership, and I brought it up, but I forgot to tell you the date, and I forgot the link, and all of that is failure, right? And I can tell you about it, and I can ask grace from you, and I can move forward. I'll get better next time, because I've already learned what didn't work yesterday. And so I want to do the same for you. I want you all to know that you are in a safe space with parenting. You can tell me how you failed. You can tell me how you really blew it. Right after we talked yesterday about how amazing the 3 things that you were going to do, you can call me the next day and go, yeah, I didn't do any of that. Like, I don't know where the real me was, but she didn't show up. And that is so human. That happens all the time to me. And so you are safe here. I will give you compassion and grace, and I will help you give yourself compassion. So basically the worksheet is Think of a situation where you feel like you have behaved really badly. And then think of what you could tell yourself to make yourself feel better. What would it be? What would the thought in your head be that could make yourself feel better? And this might be the thought that you have that makes yourself feel better. Well, that Kelly Shoup showed up and she didn't have her teeth brushed and she'd been up for like 3 days straight and she's a mess. And that is totally me, totally me. So if you are like that, we are going to be in great company together. So, okay. So I started to tell you yesterday that, okay, where is it? Now, see, I did this banner and where did it go? And it had the link on it. Well, I cannot find it. Anyway, the Empowered Parent, it is going to be my brand new membership. It's going to start June 9th, and it's just going to be a monthly way for us to build community for Catholic parents so you don't have to journey alone. And so your whole family will benefit. You are going to benefit. We're going to make your job easier. We are. I am in so many different ways. We're going to talk about prayer, protective ways to keep your kids protective. My sanity savers, which are just these little activities that I make up all the time with things you have in your home already that make your life easier. When you're about to lose it, you're going to be like, oh yeah, I'm supposed to pull out a paintbrush and put a jar of water, and we're going to do that. It is such simple things, and your kids will love them. They're every activity, every game, there's a game guide. We're also going to do that. Like, it's kid approved. People will say, oh my gosh, my kid loved that. Well, I've been working with kids for 20 years, and in 20 years, every kid loves that. So you're going to have all the ideas. You're going to have access to my brain every week in a coaching call. And we are just going to do lots of really fun stuff. So it is going to continue to be a private Facebook group where you can feel free to share, really what you need help with. And we are going to share it together. And I think I told you yesterday, see, this is where my foggy brain is coming in, that whenever I talk to parents, one parent makes one comment and then two other parents are like, oh yeah, or I tried this, or this didn't work, or what about that? It is the best way to get the most effective way to parent, because you're going alongside the journey with other people who want to know the same things you do. And I'm right here with you. So we're all going to go together on this journey towards sainthood, toward virtue. And somebody's going to post in the Facebook group, oh my goodness, I was trying to grow in this virtue and I took a nosedive the other way. And that's okay. There's grace there. There's compassion there. And there's tenderness and mercy. And so we can all support and say, okay, well, you fell off there. What's a thought that would help? What can we help you do? How can we help you get back on that path with us? Because we're all going together. And so today I want to tell you that for the first 5 people who sign up for this brand new membership, I'm going to do a complimentary hour-long coaching session. So you and I are going to talk. We can talk over Zoom. We can talk over the phone. And I really am going to learn about your family and what your biggest struggle is, what your biggest concern is. And we can get started on getting you on a path that leads to fun and enjoyment and connection with your kids, and contribution from your kids to you for the harmony of your whole family is my goal. And my goal is that you don't do it alone, because I've already done it. I am doing it. And I'm currently doing it along lots of parents. Like I'm, already on this journey with 15 different families, at least. And so everything that I know from them that works, that doesn't work, I can bring to you and make it easier for you. So I'm going to post the link. I did have it. I don't know where it went. I'm going to find it again. And so do your homework. Last day, tell me about a situation where you feel like you blew it, you behaved badly, and what we could do instead. And totally fair to say, you know what, I totally blew it and I don't know what I would do. I don't know that I could make it better. And then let us help you through it. That's what we're here for. Okay, thank you so much. And I'm going to post the link in the Facebook group right now.